What's going on YouTube? Today we're taking a look at the S25 Ultra, and I have the 12GB of RAM and 512 edition. They also have a 256 and also a 1TB as well. But let's take a look at the S25 Ultra, guys, and I'm really going to start with what I think is important when it comes to a cell phone. I'm not going to make this spec heavy. You guys know, most of us don't even know what these specs are. You just want to know what the phone do, and this phone does a really great job at just about everything. Starting with the design, I got the jet black variant. Super cool design, guys. Everything is just blacked out, and I think it's overall the best color choice. But that's my preference. Let me know which color you got down in the comments below. As always, Samsung does bless us with some decent colors. None of the more exciting, more bold, more take a stance type of colors. But in any event, they give us colors for the masses, colors that all of us are going to enjoy. The build quality on the S25 Ultra is top-notch, 100% stellar. I think they always do an amazing job, and Samsung's quality is definitely up there, top tier when it comes to manufacturing. This also has the latest Snapdragon 8 Elite processor for Galaxy. What does that mean? It means it's been specifically designed and tailored for the S25 Ultra. Now, what does that mean in everyday life? It means that the chip and the phone are going to work together and be a very happy family. This S25 Ultra as well has an upgraded screen from the 24, so it's a 6.9 versus a 6.8. Coming from the S24 Ultra, I don't really notice a difference, but hey, I'll take every little 0.1 of an inch that I can. And it also has all the latest tech like Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth, NFC. I mean, everything that you would want in a top-tier flagship device is in here. When it comes to the IP resistance, it is IP68 for dust and water, so that's pretty much standard this time around. I mean, OnePlus pushed the game, and some other manufacturers from overseas are pushing the game just a little bit and giving us an IP69 rating, but for most people that IP68 is just fine. The front glass has an anti-reflective coating, and I do have a screen protector installed that's doing a decent job of also having that anti-reflective coating. Without a screen protector, you will notice that you do get less reflections when it comes from the light, but even though it does have Corning scratch-resistant glass, I always find little nicks on the glass, even though I'm super careful with my devices. So I always put a screen protector on. That's just my preference. For you guys that don't, you will notice that the anti-reflective process on Corning's glass does a really nice job. But those small nicks would just annoy me, so I actually put a screen protector on. That's just my dealio. Titanium phone. Nice boxy feel this time around from the S24. I definitely like this boxy feel. I call this the G-Wagon of the S25. I think it's just a very awesome feeling device. You have rounded corners. They're not pinching my palm like the old one, but you already know I'm going to put a case on this device anyway. I got a whole bunch of case reviews down in my comment section, so go check that out. And you also do have a flat screen. I'm all about that flat screen life. Thank you very much for bringing back the flat screen. So that's basically it when it comes to the specs of the S25 Ultra. Let's talk about what it's been like using this device. How are these cameras? How's that battery? All of that good stuff. So let's get into the review. Everything is very snappy, just like the S24 Ultra was, but there's just a little bit more oomph when it comes to the 25. Now, that's no reason to jump ship. If you have the 24 Ultra, unless you get a crackhead deal, don't rush out and buy this one. You're really not going to be all that impressed, quite honestly. But Samsung's refresh with the One UI has done a nice job, and it's very pleasurable. I just like all the minor little tweaks and little graphics and the speed up in animations that they've done. I think One UI 7 has just upped the game just a little bit. And I gotta tell you, a vertically scrolling app drawer, finally. Samsung, what took you so long, bruh? Why did it take you so long to give us a vertically scrolling app drawer? It just makes all the difference to me. I never like scrolling horizontally, so I can't wait for One UI 7 to arrive to my tablet. So it's just the little things, once again, that make this phone very pleasurable to use. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that's going to be the S Pen. Oh man, RIP to the S Pen. Samsung actually neutered this, guys. This is no longer a fully functional S Pen. I'm going to tell you, I don't know what Samsung was thinking. Even if 1% of users were using the Bluetooth feature, granted, I was never one to use the Bluetooth feature on the S Pen, but I'm paying close to $1,500 for a phone. Give me a little Bluetooth in my S Pen. When I want to use it, it is there. I just don't know why they went backwards. I mean, that's like when OnePlus decided to take out the NFC chip and wireless charging from their previous phones because they said nobody was using them. You're just going to piss off the guys that do use the Bluetooth feature on the regular, and they're not going to be super happy about it. Now this could just mean that maybe the S Pen is going to go the way of the dinosaurs in a couple generations. I don't really know. But am I sad for the Bluetooth feature? Not really, again, because I never really used it. Now all the other features of the S Pen actually work the same. You're just losing that Bluetooth feature, but I always got to shed a tear for lost features. And especially since Samsung didn't say, you know what, we're not giving you the S Pen this year around, we're going to knock $30 off of it or $50. I know that's being a little silly, but that's basically what it comes down to. I'm not getting a discount for this phone and I'm losing features. So Bluetooth, let me know down in the comments below, were you one of the 1%s that used it, or you just don't really care either way. But I think they did a really nice job refining the S25 Ultra. Now it also does come down to these cameras. And man, I am really impressed with these cameras. Now granted, once again guys, I'm an auto type of shooter, probably like 90% of you watching this video. I like to just kind of open up the camera app, let it do its thing, figure out what's the best exposure, figure out what it needs to do, and just have it do it. Again, it's all about comfort, it's all about getting those quick shots, and as you take a look at these shots from my trip to Colombia, I'm really glad that I had the S25 Ultra in time to take these shots. I think these shots came out really nice, and let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments below once again, but the S25 Ultra never let me down, and I even had some iPhone people with me who said, you know what, your S25 Ultra, especially that zoom, does a much better job than ours does. Can you take that photo and then share it with us? So the S25 Ultra's camera does a very awesome job. Now let's talk about AI really quickly, guys. Am I going to pay for AI? No. Samsung, if you're listening, nobody's going to pay for AI. But it's just a great way to get rid of objects that are in your photos. Just kind of a great way to spice things up a little bit when you need to. So let me just go ahead and take a photo for you guys. This is the infamous photo I'm sure you've seen all over the web. Let's kind of do something like this. Take a photo, and now if we go into our gallery, let's go ahead and remove the thing that I want to remove. It's going to be the gift card right there. So let's go ahead and click erase, and then generate, and see what it's going to do. Now it's very amazing. I think it's really amazing. It's something that everybody really enjoys. I mean, it did a very decent job. Is it the best? No. But is it good? Yes, it is very good if you needed to do something like that. I think it does a nice job, guys. You can see the original once again. It actually took the line from the bottom of my palm and extended it as if nothing was ever there. So again, it's the little things with the AI that I actually do enjoy. Another thing that I really like with the AI, guys, is circle the search. And I actually thought it was kind of dumb in the beginning when Google showcased it. But it's really come in handy when you want to figure out what you're looking at. Like right here, if I wanted to figure out what these flowers were, if you just do a quick little circle to search, it's going to bring up whatever you're circled, and at 90% of the time it does a really good job. So again, it's the little things with the AI that I actually really like. Are there other features in here that are built in? Yes. You guys can play around with it. I love Bixby can answer those spam calls for me and see who's there. I love the Bixby Translate, the Bixby kind of assistant, if you will. Bixby is still here, kind of lurking in the shadows as Bixby do. But again, Gemini's assistant here, it's Android. You can put whatever you want to put on this phone. And speaking of gaming, I don't really game, guys, but you know it's going to be able to handle it. It's the S25 Ultra, the baddest kid on the block right now. So don't worry about your gaming your gaming needs. All your games are going to be able to play on the S25 Ultra without any problem at all. When it comes to battery life, this is another key area of importance when I consider a smartphone. Now, again, a lot of other manufacturers in the world, like the Chinese manufacturers, they give you much better battery life. They give you much better battery tech. I just reviewed the OnePlus 13 that had that silicon carbon battery, and let me tell you, that was a battery champ. Sadly, the S25 Ultra is not a battery champ. This is a phone that's going to last you maybe one day. Now, if we pull up my screen time usage, screen time means absolutely nothing, but I know a lot of people always ask about screen time. You'll see my daily average is about 3 hours and 58 minutes here. I think at the most 452, 450. So I usually get about that 4-hour range when it comes to screen on time. Now, before we talk about my actual usage, I got everything on this beast. I got location, I got Bluetooth, I have NFC. I'm mostly on 5G. 99% of the time, I am using that 5G radio. So inside here, the 5,000 milliamp hour battery with normal, regular battery tech. It's nothing fancy, no silicon carbon, no 6,000 milliamp hour battery, no super fast charging. This is a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, and it charges at about 45 watts or about 15 watts wireless. I'm only getting a day. Quite honestly, if I'm a heavy user sometimes, a lot of text, a lot of trolling, a lot of whatever, I do have to charge this up twice a day. So I was hoping for a little bit more when it came to battery life on the S25 Ultra. I thought for sure with the new latest chip, this was going to be a battery beast. And again, the OnePlus 13, I was able to get about 2 days of battery life with very similar usage. Your results is going to vary as always, guys. I mean, everyone's telling me they get 8 hours of screen on time. I don't even know how, but maybe you don't have the screen resolution set to the Quad HD. Maybe you don't have Bluetooth, NFC. You're like disabling. You're basically handicapping your phone. I spent about $1,400 on this bad boy, so I'm for sure going to enable everything that I possibly can under the sun. And with battery tech as it is, I'm hoping Samsung's going to up their game next year around. Whatever I can do on my phone, I'm doing it. I'm even using my neck stock as a DeX laptop some days, so I'm really putting this through its paces. I just want to show you 11% battery life. Now if we plug in my super fast charger here, let's show you the right side up. And I'm going to show you it's going to take about an hour to fully charge. So right now I'm at super fast charging, and it's going to take 40 minutes to charge from 11% all the way up to 100. So even though this doesn't have the super Voke charging like the OnePlus, and I'm able to charge everything in like 20 minutes, I'm still okay with a 40-minute charge. Quite honestly, guys, that's really not that bad when you think about it. By the time you go in, shave, and do whatever else you need to do before heading out, you're going to get enough charge for that night. And waiting 40 minutes is on par with what most of us here in the US have to deal with anyway. And I am using an AO-high charger with this cable that shows you the wattage. I'll leave some links to this down in my description as well. That's really the quick and nitty-gritty when it comes to the S25 Ultra. Basically what we do on our phones is texting, trolling the web, cameras. You want a pleasurable experience as well. You want an experience that's snappy. You want an experience that's going to make you happy each and every time you unlock your phone. And I got to tell you, the S25 does all of that in a bag of chips for me. I really like the feel in hand. I like the boxy feel once again. I love the cameras. Again, that's all up to user preference. Maybe you like a different camera system like the Pixel or the iPhone. It is what it is, guys. In the end of the day, it's your money. You choose what you want to pay for, but I actually am really happy I bought the S25 Ultra here. This jet black variant is really cool and sleek looking. The boxy design, once again, is something I'm really enjoying. And even though battery life for me is a little bit of a pain point, just because it's not lasting as long, I know eventually it might catch up with my needs. There might be an update. I did receive a couple updates that change the battery life from day one. So again, Samsung does push out updates, and speaking of which, you still get those 7 years of updates. Are they going to be watered down updates? You 100% know they're going to be watered down updates. But for those of you that care about security updates and just want the latest Android release, because who knows what Google's going to come up with, you should be fine for the next, let's call it 4 or 5 years anyway. But this has been my review on the S25 Ultra. I kind of want to keep it quick and simple for you guys, because when it comes to a phone, battery life for me is number one. Actually, camera and battery life go head to head for that number one spot. I really want a camera that takes awesome photos, but I want a battery that's going to be able to let me take those photos when I need to. Screen quality as well. Samsung make the best panels and they're the #1 supplier in the world with these panels to all these other cell phone companies. Overall, if you're looking for a great phone, basically end of the day, do not sleep on the S25 Ultra here. I actually passed up on the OnePlus 13 as my daily. I sent it right back and I picked up the S25 Ultra just because this is a much better phone overall. The ecosystem's better, the accessory system is better. Overall, the build quality is much better than OnePlus, and I think it's a great phone for anybody that's looking for the best Android device on the market right now. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Really appreciate you guys watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you in another video.